please be seated. Pro-Chancellor, graduates, guests and members of the university community, good afternoon and welcome. I am Kylie Gould, Executive Director of Risk and Compliance and General Counsel. Graduations are one of the university's most important events. This year, the university will host approximately 50 ceremonies in both Sydney and in Shanghai. I would like to introduce you to the official party who are here on stage. Seated at the centre of the stage is Mr. Richard Howes, Pro-Chancellor of the university, who will preside over this ceremony. The Pro-Chancellor is joined today by Dr. Alana Piper, Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Vice President, External Engagement and Partnerships. Mr. Peter O'Brien, who will deliver the occasional address. Professor Anita Stumke, Dean of the Faculty of Law, who will be presenting graduates. The other people seated on stage are Miss Chloe Ferreira, Member of the UTS Council, Associate Professor Lynn Sinclair, Chair of the Academic Board, professors, academics and professional staff from faculties and institutes who have played such a large part in the success of today's graduates. I would also like to acknowledge our member of staff graduating today, Annabelle Cleo Hatton. It now gives me great pleasure to invite Mr. Richard Howes, Pro-Chancellor, to formally open proceedings.
In the name of the Council, I declare this congregation of the University of Technology, Sydney, duly assembled. On behalf of the University of Technology, Sydney, before we begin proceedings today, and on behalf of all of those present, I'd like to acknowledge and pay respect to the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. It is upon their ancestral lands that UTS now stands. Similarly, I would like to pay my respects to elders, both past and present, acknowledging them as the traditional owners of knowledge, traditional custodians of knowledge for this place. In this graduation ceremony, we will celebrate the conferral of awards upon graduates from the Faculty of Law. Today's ceremony marks a great achievement for the graduates and recognises the support that they've received from family and friends, many of whom are here with us today. We warmly welcome you, and together we celebrate the achievement of the graduates. I'd now like to invite Professor Anita Stumke, Dean of the Faculty of Law, to present the graduates.
Pro-Chancellor, I invite graduates in the Faculty of Law to stand. Pro-Chancellor, the UTS Council has resolved that candidates recommended to it by the Faculty Board in Law as eligible for awards have completed all requirements of a course of study approved by the Board and has conferred these awards upon them. Pro-Chancellor, I now present those graduates from the Faculty of Law who are here before you to acknowledge the awards for which they have qualified.
On behalf of the Council of the University of Technology, Sydney, I congratulate the graduates on their achievements in obtaining the awards for which they've qualified.
Graduates, please be seated. Pro-Chancellor, each year UTS recognises a select few undergraduate candidates of exceptional merit. Such candidates are honoured by the award of the University Medal. Pro-Chancellor, I now present to you a graduate receiving an undergraduate award and the University Medal in the Faculty of Law. The following student has graduated with the Bachelor of Laws Honours with First Class Honours and the University Medal, Grant Mark Stollery. Pro-Chancellor, We will now present to you our coursework graduates receiving awards today.
The following students have graduated with a Juris Doctor with distinction: Alexander Roger Speckman McCulloch. Gina Q. Min Chan. Juris Doctor Diyuka Allen. Dai Yuen Chen. Katie Ann Lindsay. Matthew Mupfano Chia. Elizabeth Ruth Florence Myers. Benjamin David Nash. Purnima Shanta Kumar. Casper Drew Swain. Graduate Certificate in Professional Legal Practice, Juris Doctor Tanisha Amani Chandab. Chi Wei Brandon Chen. Olivia Naka Harwood. Arthin Prasain. Graduate Diploma in Migration Law and Practice, Yan Trin Ma. Lizan Kumar Maski. Maheshwari Nepal. Bachelor of Communication, Social and Political Sciences, Bachelor of Laws, Honours with First Class Honours, Alexandra Jane Haggerty. Matthew Andrew Joseph Wilson. Bachelor of Forensic Science, Bachelor of Laws, Honours with First Class Honours, Thomas Paul Drake. Bachelor of Laws, Honours with First Class Honours, Tara Ann Holmes. Tai Cheng Jin. Angelica Petrellis. Natasha Francesca Sloman. Michaela Elizabeth Ann Smith. Bachelor of Communication, Social and Political Sciences, Bachelor of Laws, Honours with Second Class Honours, Hannah Margaret Rose Lambert. Kelly Ng. Bachelor of Laws, Honours with Second Class Honours, Graduate Certificate in Professional Legal Practice, Joshua James Harrison. Bachelor of Business with Credit, Bachelor of Laws, Rahul Parag Tijoriwala. Sasa Savicic. Bachelor of Communication, Creative Writing, Bachelor of Laws, Graduate Certificate in Professional Legal Practice, Dion Testore. Bachelor of Communication, Journalism, Bachelor of Laws, Fatima Shadi Ayubi. Madeline Georgia Jelagin. Joseph Anthony Manna. Matthew Manna. Veronica Manna. Alyssa Matuk. Scarlett Victoria Joan McNeil Dean. Ebony Colsio Seymour. Bachelor of Communication, Media Arts and Production, Bachelor of Laws, Rebecca Mathers. Bachelor of Communication, Public Communication, Bachelor of Laws, Jake Taylor Carr. Olivia De Lima. Madeline Elizabeth Holthouse. Reshma Nair Kunjabu. Emilia Mesarowski. McAllister Luke Middleton. Rebecca Mubarak. Blaise Isidore Pereira. Lara So. Maria Angela Stroller. Bachelor of Communication, Social and Political Sciences, Bachelor of Laws, Anthony Ayub. Shivana Barnes. Helena Isabel Bjorkley Resaretnam. Isabella Cavanagh. Leo George Christopher. Ryan Thomas Crawshaw. Lara Rose Cullen. Elsie-Ann Emily Na Omeche Dadson. Polly Camille Donahue. Joseph Wadi Freifer. Emma Peters Gaston. Noor Ghali. Jessica Rose Harding. Annabelle Cleo Hatton. Georgina Wren Hedge. Laura Neve Hobbs. Sophie Angela Magoulas. Rachel Ralewski. Oliver Courtney Robinson. Taylor Elaine Simmons. Gabriella van Kulenberg. Alicia Wati Hassan. Bachelor of Communication, Strategic Communication, Bachelor of Laws, Kathy Wen Bo Guo. Bachelor of Forensic Science, Bachelor of Laws, Si Yi Fang. Isabella Caroline Mastoris. Stephanie May McDonald. Madeline Claire McNamara. Esther Ruby O'Rourke. Deepali Sunil Patil. Nicholas William Simpson. Jeremy Vaz. Bachelor of Laws, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, Emma Jane Bartlett. April Horson. Georgia Holmes. Rashane Jude Joseph. Shireen Teresa Kai Litzter. Christy Yam Ting Mui. Noah Shaikh. Bachelor of Laws, Bachelor of International Studies, Nikita Bhatia. Alexander May Blacksell. Jenny Chen. Bachelor of Medical Science, Bachelor of Laws, a Diploma in Languages, Salvador Elias Arce. Bachelor of Medical Science, Bachelor of Laws, Maria Hakim. Isabella Ward. Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Science, Bachelor of Laws, Pavanitha Nathagopalan. Sophia Sher. Bachelor of Science in Environmental Biology, Bachelor of Laws, Ollie Chung. Bachelor of Science in Information Technology with distinction, Bachelor of Laws, Abina Kirubaharan. Maximilian David Seikerd. Bachelor of Science in Information Technology with credit, Bachelor of Laws, Claudia Sekulowski. Bachelor of Laws, Renee Abaseri. Gracie Jane Acton. Nohulan Intikab Ahmed. Wakas Ahmed. Ashley Jade Aldred Alak. Ryan Alawiya. Rosu Arube. Sophie Ivy Boys. Ontona Islam Bursa. Rochelle Capilleri. Estelle Catalan. Alexandra Christopoulos. Michael Cimino. Jason David Q. Clayton. Lara Cole. Kieran Desmond Corcoran. Lauren Rose Cullen. Mia Lily Donchevsky. Megan Louisa Elson. Daniel Mark Frumer. Talesha Blue Greeks. Eliza May Harley. Tasbir Hussain. Michael David Brooks Hughes. Jasmine Huynh. Petro Kaloterakis. Sukriti Kataria. Ena Jun Kennedy Yoshitani. Yerin Kim. George William Cospetas. Daniel Lahoud. Aditi Mahat. Tyrone Martinez. Rumbi Mawaya. Sunana Kaur Marok. Melissa Elisa Minhinik. Lara Rafiq Murad. Jordan Thomas Muskas. Sky Rabi Naidu. Loran Petra O'Shea. Ji Soo Park. Vivian Farm. Ramrama Helena Romel. Sarah Safi. Armin Shiraz Delanchian. Imogen Grace Smythe. Ali Hussein Sob. Joshua Keith Harvey Stevens. Anna Susan Sweeney. Ruby Toetu. Rachel Madeline Turtledove. Talia Patricia Maria Maxine Okiho. Anastasios Vamiadakis. David Begnes. Catherine Louisa Weidler. Reese David White. Layla Claire Williams. Eliza May Winden. Maxim Patrick Wolfensberger. Huda Zahed. Oriana Zdadamini Chute.
Pro-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Law.
Well, on behalf of the UTS Council and the university more broadly, I'd like to start once again by congratulating our new graduates, and albeit you beat me to it, my notes now call for enthusiastic applause. You know, graduation is a very big deal. It's a tradition that dates back to medieval times when universities first emerged in Europe. And perhaps the formality of this timeless ceremony is proportional to the hard work and dedication necessary to reach this point. So enjoy this moment. You've very much earned the right to do that, as have your friends and families and mentors who have supported you in this journey, you should also enjoy this moment, and you very much deserve thanks. UTS research is incredibly highly regarded. Our field-weighted citation index, which is the gold standard when it comes to measuring research quality, places UTS at the very highest levels among Australian universities. Moreover, UTS prioritises connections with industry and on equipping our graduates with the sort of education that has practical application. And our reputation among employers reflects this. That is good news because you'll face many challenges going forward throughout your respective careers. The workplace is changing at an unprecedented pace in response to technological advancements, demographic shifts, and societal changes. The traditional career path of finding a stable job, climbing the corporate ladder, is no longer the norm. Instead, many workers are embracing more flexible and entrepreneurial approaches to work, with freelancing, contract work, and remote work becoming more commonplace. The rise of automation and artificial intelligence is also reshaping the nature of work, with many routine tasks being automated and employers being encouraged to develop more complex skills that require creativity and critical thinking. Despite these challenges, the opportunities that await you are limitless. With hard work, determination, and a willingness to learn, you have the power to shape your own future and to make a positive impact on the world around you. ChatGPT wrote those 2 paragraphs for me, which is both amazing and a little scary. But I think it's emblematic of the powerful force that technology is playing in our world, a force that can be for good or can be for otherwise. And I thought it was interesting that the GPT-4 algorithm used the words, "make a positive impact on the world around you." Now, I'm not going to patronise you by simply imploring you to do good, partly because I don't think that works. The fact is, it's up to you to choose your path, and in fact, it's up to you to choose the values on which that path is grounded. What I would urge you to do is to do this consciously and thoughtfully. Don't just blindly go with the flow. With this in mind, it's worth considering the various scandals that routinely adorn our front pages of our newspapers, such as the college admissions scandal in the US, where wealthy parents gamed the system by gaining access to admissions for their children. Or there's the collapse of FTX, the cryptocurrency exchange, amid misappropriation of customer funds. And I'm sure you can think of many scandals even within the legal profession. And with the benefit of hindsight, it's hard to think charitably of anyone involved in these scandals. But I'm sure that many of the people caught up in these situations felt like it was okay because everyone was doing it and that it was just the way the game was played, and it wasn't their role as a junior member of the team to stand in the way. Acting according to your values when it means going against the flow can take courage. Steve Jobs once said, "Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice, and most importantly, have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition." Now, this is often reflected on, as is much of Steve Jobs' brilliance and his genius in the context of exciting new opportunities and creativities. But I think it's equally instructive in terms of standing up for what your heart tells you is wrong. Socrates said of education that it's the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. Well, I hope we've been successful here at UTS in kindling yours, and that through time you'll develop a lifelong approach to learning and think of UTS as a partner in keeping the fire burning. And I hope you'll stay connected to your new alma mater. The original meaning of alma mater is nourishing mother. Well, UTS's community is now 280,000 strong. You are now part of it, and I hope you find ongoing nourishment from it. Once again, I'd love to congratulate you and wish you all the success in applying the skills and knowledge that you've gained from this world-class institution. And I'd now like to invite Dr. Alana Piper, DVC and Vice President of External Engagement and Partnerships, to introduce the occasional speaker. Thanks, Alana.
Pro-Chancellor. Before I introduce the occasional speaker, I want to add my congratulations to our new graduates, and I just want to tell all of you genuinely what a joy it is for all of my academic colleagues and myself to sit on the stage and watch each of you walk past, and just to be able to share in this moment of celebration and acknowledgement. All of you have earned it, and we're really, really proud of you. Honestly, for the people that work in a university, this is why we do what we do. So thank you very much for letting us have that honour and privilege of sharing this moment and celebration with you. Our occasional speaker today is Mr. Peter O'Brien. Peter is the Principal Solicitor and founder of O'Brien Criminal and Civil Solicitors. He is a highly experienced criminal defence and civil litigation lawyer with more than 25 years of experience throughout all Australian jurisdictions. Peter is widely acknowledged and considered a leading civil litigator in the area of intentional torts in Australia, particularly in areas of unlawful imprisonment, malicious prosecution, and assault and battery. He has successfully represented clients in some of the most noteworthy cases in these areas in the country. And he's also the author of the leading text, Intentional Tort Litigation in Australia, published by Federation Press. I am informed by people who know that in terms of law, that's basically like being in Oprah's book club, so very impressive. And for these reasons, you may recognise him because he often appears in the Australian media to discuss recent cases and law reform. So it gives me very great pleasure now to invite Mr. Peter O'Brien to deliver your occasional address.
I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Gadigal people of the Eora tribe and nation. Pro-Chancellor, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Dean, members of staff, distinguished guests, family and friends, graduates, congratulations. It's a wonderful achievement what you've managed to get to today. You're now a lawyer, and you have that sturdy, almost illustrious title to do with what you will. And my tribute also to the friends and family and loved ones who have attended here today to support and congratulate you. Yesterday was Mother's Day, as you all know, so especially to you mothers out there, I'm sure this is especially important and significant for you. Here are 5 lessons that I've learnt in the law, and some I've learnt the very hardest of ways. 3 decades ago, I was where you are now, in this very place. I remember how eager I was to get out there and throw the tabletop hat that I've been told only recently is called a trencher, into the air like they do in the movies. And I didn't know exactly what the future and graduation would bring for me, but I knew that it brought a range of opportunities to me and to others. And I felt a responsibility and engagement, and I felt a sense of industry. And I was super keen to get on with my career as a lawyer. I presented far more confident than I was competent, and that was all too apparent to everyone except apparently me. My clients loved my enthusiasm, and the magistrates hated my incompetence. My first job was as a lawyer with the Legal Aid Commission with the Children's Legal Service. It was a time where heroin was in boon, and the state, probably still, was the worst parent. And so too often my clients were drug-addicted state wards. The work sharpened my focus on the connection between poverty and the law, and the inequity in accessing the law, and the need to protect the individual and their liberties against the might of the state. And so my first lesson is imparted to you from the work I did with children in the legal system. No matter what you do, don't ever forget about the massive impact the law can have on people, particularly those by dint of circumstances are in a position of powerlessness. Remember, the law can be unjust and even unjustly applied by those who are expected to apply it. And it's your job to combat, to the extent you can, that injustice. Not long into my career, I was in the Northern Territory, working for the Aboriginal Legal Service. It was a particularly nasty passage of time when judicial discretion had been eliminated in favour of mandatory sentencing for property offences. 14 days imprisonment for the first offence, 3 months for the second, a year for the third or subsequent offences. Unsurprisingly, we held instructions to challenge nearly every property offence. The lists had blown out and there was tremendous hostility from the bench and the prosecution towards the defence lawyers. Tempers were flaring in the courtroom. During this cruel regime, a 14-year-old child committed suicide at the Dondale Detention Centre, having been sentenced to 14 days for stealing textures from a school. Amidst Australian community outrage, the Prime Minister intervened and police were provided with funds to implement a youth court diversion program. But the scheme lacked cohesion, regulation and framework. And when I was representing a 15-year-old in such a matter in the Darwin Children's Court, I'd been instructed that the child was going to be diverted for a charge related to doing graffiti. He was otherwise facing a mandatory term of imprisonment. I tried to explain to the magistrate that the family had been told that the police were going to divert the charge, and so there was no need for him to be in court and enter a plea. The prosecutor disagreed, and the magistrate pressed me to enter a plea on behalf of my client. I resisted and attempted to explain ongoing issues in relation to the diversion process and system. The magistrate pressed me, demanding that I enter a plea, and when I suggested that the client wanted to be diverted, he ordered that I leave the courtroom. I'll read from the transcript as to what transpired beyond that. We called them Your Worship back then, now they're called Your Honour. His Worship, Mr O'Brien, if you leave the court, please, you're not assisting. Out you go. Mr O'Brien, Your Worship, I object to that order. His Worship, would you take Mr O'Brien out of the court, please? Mr O'Brien, my client sits here unrepresented if I'm ordered to leave, Your Worship. His Worship, Mr O'Brien, unless you leave immediately, I shall ask why I should not deal with you for contempt of court. Mr O'Brien, can I arrange representation for my client? His Worship, will you take Mr O'Brien into custody, please, officer, and I'll talk to him this afternoon as to why I should not deal with him further for contempt of court. Mr O'Brien, this is ridiculous, quite ridiculous. And I said that as I was escorted out through the side door and down into the cells below the courthouse. It was far from my best day in court. I was in prison in the cells, my shoelaces and my belt were removed. The guards were astounded as to who their new prisoner was. They kindly gave me a coffee, and my other clients who were waiting down the cells for me to represent them upstairs were obviously very alarmed that their lawyer was in the clink with them. Unbeknownst to me, the client's mother stood up and articulately persuaded, as I was unable to do evidently, the magistrate what I had attempted to say was correct. The magistrate then pondered as the minutes ticked by in silence and finally directed that I be brought back from the cells and brought before him. But down there in the cells, in the bowels of that courthouse, I thought my career had finished. I was very lucky to be keenly supported by a solid crew of excellent lawyers and silks, and after 3 years of litigation, I successfully sued the Northern Territory for the unlawfulness of my imprisonment. I came to understand the rigours of litigation from a litigant's perspective and the value of dedicated and fantastic lawyers. I took from that ordeal what later became a livelihood in suing policing authorities and institutions for abuses of power, including false imprisonment, malicious prosecutions and other intentional torts. And so my second lesson to you, if you might take it from me, is that the practice of law is a story of success and of failure. Have the fortitude to bear failure and the guts to fail. There is no crest if there is no trough. The adversarial process can be exacting and it can leave you rattled. So be prepared for failure and take from it what you can. After a decade in the Northern Territory with the ALS, I returned to Sydney and I opened a firm and practice in civil litigation and criminal law. Having until then practiced principally in the social justice arena and not having to worry about being paid, the salary just kept in no matter how you performed, it brought a new dynamic to practice and additional stress of chasing fees, managing staff and the rigour of litigation. In preparing cases, I often doubt myself and dread the prospect that lie await in cases, the inherent risk of litigation, the inconsistencies on the bench. And it's only human to feel for the client who puts all their faith in your skills. To feel that self-doubt sometimes makes justifying rendering an invoice difficult, regardless of the outcome. The third lesson you might take from me is this. Self-doubt is important. Indeed, it's a crucial part of your role as a lawyer. It enables you to empathise, spot and address defects in your case, and it demonstrates, to my mind, one of the best attributes a lawyer can have: humility. Please be humble. The best lawyers I have ever met are. And that dovetails into an important aspect of life as a lawyer. Deal with your stress and your emotions on this roller coaster that you've just received your ticket for, positively and meaningfully. I've overindulged in the wins and I've wallowed in the losses. The law is tough, and working in the law can take a toll. You will lose cases you thought you should win. And to be successful, you will need to make a lot of sacrifices to get the work done. And so a fourth lesson, learnt late and learnt hard, I encourage you to balance your life. Alcohol and drug abuse is sadly endemic in our profession. Relationship, family and social dysfunction is too frequent. Do what you can to make sure you have a sound and contented life outside of the law. Last year, I took a sabbatical and travelled to Europe for several months. My aim was to write a second edition of the textbook you heard about and to learn a foreign language. But I found lounging around the Mediterranean riding motorcycles far too much my style. I'm still riding, and there's not one day that I don't learn something in the law. This brings me to my fifth lesson. Don't ever stop learning. You're beginning your careers in a rapidly changing and evolving world. Some would say it's an extraordinary moment, a time when the rule of law, the linchpin of democracy, is coming into sharper focus abroad, and as sure as night meets day, it will here too. The push by the executive is occurring across the separation of powers, usurping the judiciary. And you've heard already this afternoon about artificial intelligence, but it is changing how we all do things, putting front and centre significant ethical and workplace issues, especially in the field of law and legal decision making. A seasoned lawyer at the beginning of the turn of the last century would have been able to know what the law was likely to be for the future, say 5 decades from that point. But I cannot say with any certainty, even in this very conservative profession, what your career will be like in a decade. So although this day represents an end to your studies, endeavour to make it an end of an era of endless determination to learn. My congratulations to you all once again. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Peter O'Brien, for your occasional address on this really important day for all of our graduates. You know, quite a few truth bombs in there. The world is a really complicated place, and anyone who tells you otherwise is trying to sell you something, possibly themselves. But fortunately, we have a group of people coming out of this hall today who have the intelligence, the education, the skills, the critical thinking to navigate that complexity in the world and find a path forward without losing the nuances that really matter. And I think you'll all agree, I'm sure your family and friends will all agree, that we need that in the world perhaps now more than ever. I want to echo the Pro-Chancellor's sentiments also in reminding you that while you did enter this great hall as graduands, you exit it as graduates, but you will not be leaving the UTS family. This is your university now. This is your university for life, and it will be here for you as your career blossoms in ways both planned and perhaps unexpected. Its community, its networks, its resources will be here for you. And I encourage you to use those networks, communities and resources also to stay in touch with each other, to support each other and continue to learn with each other and with us as you embark upon this exciting next stage of your lives and your careers. But now it's time to celebrate. Within the bounds of the law, please, because although, up to the bounds of the law because you've earned it, but I don't think you should get too inspired by the occasional address and decide that it's time to test your fledgling skills combating unlawful imprisonment this week. We'll put that off, so don't have too good a time when you're out there celebrating. But you really have earned a celebration. I know that your family and friends are as proud of you as the university is today. So in conclusion, let me say that the best wishes and the pride of the university go with each and every one of you today. Congratulations again.
Pro-Chancellor, guests and graduates, that occasional address concludes the formal proceedings of this ceremony. On behalf of the Pro-Chancellor, I invite you to join the official party for refreshments. These will be served in the Great Hall foyer and in the balcony room adjoining the hall. The photography, framing and memorabilia services are located one level down on level 4. The academic procession is about to leave the Great Hall. As it does, I invite all our new graduates to join the procession, which will end in the balcony room. Would the congregation please rise for the academic procession?